Alrighty, good evening everybody, and welcome to Dave Stoltz Field here at Argos High School. We're just starting the top of the first inning with the Argos Dragons taking on the Kouts Mustangs here in a baseball game between the two schools. So the first batter up for Kouts, number 9, Hunter Yeager, has walked on 4 pitches, and that will bring up the number 2 spot, the center fielder Ian Garvalia, wearing number 2. Takes ball 1 in the dirt low. It's going to be Garvalia, and then following him will be Will Carpenter, the center fielder. Zach Normanson playing left field. Casey Dulick playing right field. Riley Cavender. There's a play steal by Yeager over to second. In the 7 spot, Peyton Klinkenbeard is the designated hitter. Number 8 is the second baseman Mason Kouts. The number 9 hitter is the first baseman Anthony Norman. And we have a run across. Garvalia on second with an error on the play. Brings up the center fielder, number 18, Will Carpenter. Trey DeVos is the pitcher for the Dragons here this evening. A single into center field by Carpenter brings home the run. RBI single. Brings up the left fielder, number 13, Zach Normanson. Left-handed hitting batter here for Kouts. Top of the first here, no outs, 2-0. And a stand-up steal into second by Carpenter. The 0-1 pitch to Normanson. Strike 2 on the left fielder. Carpenter takes third base on ball 1, so the 1-2 pitch here to Normanson. Takes ball 2 low. Count 2-2 to the left fielder Normanson. All right, so the shot back to the pitcher by Normanson gets the out at first. Scoring the run from third, making the count 3-0 here with 1 out, and bringing up Casey Dulick, the right fielder. Dulick takes ball 1. So the 2-0 count now to the right fielder, Casey Dulick, for DeVos. Big swing and a miss for strike one. Two-one pitch is another swing and a miss and a strike two. 2-2 is the count. Got one out here in the top of the first. Nobody on for the Mustangs. The 2-2 pitch is hit foul just outside the third base line. Count remains at 2-2. Takes ball three outside. Full count on the right fielder, Dulick. And the payoff pitch. And it's called strike three for the second out here at the top of the first. Brings up the third baseman, Riley Cavender. Takes ball one in the dirt. The 1-0 pitch here to the third baseman, Cavender. Takes ball two high. Two-0 pitch here by DeVos. Ball three in the dirt low. We have two outs here in the top of the first. Nobody on. Third baseman Riley Cavender. 3-0 count here. Takes ball four in the dirt, so a 4-ball walk for Cavender. Brings up the designated hitter, Peyton Klinkenbeard. And Coach Overmeyer out to talk it over here with the pitcher DeVos. All right, Klinkenbeard up, the designated hitter, with one on first. Two outs here in the top of the first inning. Kouts Mustangs leading 3-0 here early in the game. Runner goes on the steal, standing up to second. The 1-0 pitch to Klinkenbeard. swings at a ball low. Count evens up at 1-1. Count is 1-1 for the designated hitter Klinkenbeard. DeVos, the windup, and the pitch is high, ball 2. Right fielder Casey Dulick stands on second base. And he's going over to third. On the bunt, the out on the 2-1 put out gets the Dragons out of the bottom or the top of the first. We're going to go to the bottom of the first inning. It's going to be Sam Rowe, Coleman Norris, and Ian Kindig up for the Dragons as we come back here with bottom of the first action here from Dave Stoltz Field. We'll be back. You're watching Argos TV on RTC4.com. All right, the bottom of the second, leadoff hitter Sam Rowe with a shot into center field, and he gets a double out of it. So the Dragons start off their bottom half of the inning with a nice play there by the left fielder Rowe. It's going to bring up the shortstop, number 4, Coleman Norris. And a good heads-up play there by Rowe, and he gets over to third. Norris waiting here on in the right-handed batter's box. Takes ball 1 low in the dirt. On deck, number 7, center fielder tonight, Ian Kindig. Ball 2 low. There's a shot off the center fielder's glove. And he's going for third. And he's going to get in, slides down for a triple for Norris. Nice play there, scores the run. So an RBI triple for Norris. So 1 run across for the Dragons brings up the center fielder, number 7, Ian Kindig, with a 3-1 score and 1 runner on third base for the Dragons. Another shot caught by the left fielder, tagging up. The play at the plate. Is he safe? Yeah. And a good play there by Norris. Tags up, so a sac fly to left for Kindig. Gets the RBI across. So we have 1 out. Brings up the pitcher, number 15, Trey DeVos. A little grounder, third base line, and it just goes foul for strike 1 for DeVos. DeVos. One out. 0-1 count here to DeVos. Nobody on. Takes ball 1 outside. On deck is the third baseman, number 9, Caleb Ellis. DeVos takes ball 2. Count goes to 2-1. Ball 3 high. James Meyer is the pitcher for the Mustangs. And the count goes to 3-2 now. So the payoff pitch here for Meyer. 3-2 on DeVos. And it hits him. So he's going to take first on the hit by pitch. It's going to bring up the third baseman, number 9, Caleb Ellis. Second baseman, Isaac Smith, waits on deck with 1 on and 1 out. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Kouts leads 3-2. And Meyer steps off the rubber. Little miscommunication there with the catcher, so he's going to come out, talk things over. Carpenter and Meyer got back here on the same page, it looks like, and Carpenter goes back to the catcher spot behind the plate. Third baseman Ellis awaits his first pitch with 1 on and 1 out. Big swing and a miss for strike 1 for Ellis. And they try a throw back, and DeVos comes in, and no problem there. The throw was a little high, so no tag. Count remains at 0-1 to the sophomore Ellis. Back to first again, standing up this time. Meyer wants to keep Trey close to the plate, to the base. There at first. Ellis takes strike 2, 0-2. Ball 1 to Ellis, 1-2 count now. DeVos on first. Ellis at the plate. Smith awaits on deck. Third time they've thrown over, trying to keep Trey close to the first baseline. And ball 2 in the dirt, gets past the catcher, and DeVos moves over to second. Count even at 2-2 for Ellis. Trey gets in, standing up to third. Got a full count now for Ellis. Count was 0-2, and 3 straight balls thrown by Meyer. And the payoff pitch. And strike 3 is called for the second out of the inning, bringing up the second baseman, Isaac Smith. Hunter Vyers, the right fielder, is on deck for the Dragons. Ball 1 low in the dirt to Smith. DeVos is on third. Dragons trailing 3-2 here early. Smith takes ball 2 low. Three no. Smith walks on 4 balls, puts runners at the corners for the right fielder, number 11, Hunter Vyers. Two out, 2 on here in the bottom of the first. Dragons have 2 across, still trailing 3-2. There's a shot out into right. That's going to score 1. Smith comes around to third, and he's going to get in standing up for a single for Vyers. RBI. Ties the game at 3. That will bring up the first baseman, number 10, Caden Kime, left-handed batting first baseman here for the Dragons. We are all tied up with 2 outs and runners still at the corners. Got Smith on third and Vyers on first. Takes ball 1. Ball 2 to Kime. Smith with a nice lead there on third. Kime takes ball 3 high. Meyer in danger of walking. The bases loaded here with the catcher Evan Cohagen on deck. So the walk issued, the second walk of the inning, brings up Cohagen with the bases loaded. And that's going to bring out the Mustangs coach here for a little chat with the pitcher Myers. Let's go around the horn here. We've got Isaac Smith on third, Hunter Vyers on second, and Caden Kime stands on first for the Dragons. The catcher Cohagen is going to be up when the conversation comes to an end here at the mound for the Mustangs. So they're going to leave Meyer in for the time being with the bases loaded. 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Cohagen's a sophomore, correct? Yep, so the sophomore catcher Cohagen. Base hit is going to score at least 2 runs here for the Dragons if he can get something going. Takes ball 1 low in the dirt. Five straight balls thrown by Meyer. Struggling to find the strike zone here in the latter part of the bottom of the first. And he hits Cohagen, which will push Smith in for the 4th run of the inning for the Dragons. And that brings us back to the top of the lineup with the left fielder Sam Rowe. He had a double to center field his first time up here earlier in the inning, actually, same inning, and went across to score the first run for the Dragons. So the Dragons have batted all the way through the lineup. The bases remain loaded with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Rowe takes strike 1. Foul tips that one back for strike 2. So he's going to have to protect the plate here with 2 outs and 2 strikes. Bases are loaded for the Dragons. Takes ball 1 low in the dirt. Takes ball 2 high, count even at 2-2. Bases loaded here for the Dragons with 2 outs, 2-2 pitch. And the count goes full, so another 0-2 count goes to 3-2 here for Meyer. Second time he's done that here in the inning. Rowe trying to make something happen here with the bases loaded. And he walks in another run. So that will send Vyers across. And the inning continues. Coleman Norris back up for the Dragons for the second time here in the inning. And another conference here at the mound. We're probably going to have a pitching change, I believe. Yes, we are. So Meyer cannot get out of the first inning here for the Mustangs. Gives up 5 runs, has bases loaded with 2 outs. Coleman Norris is going to be up to bat here with the new pitcher. And the pitcher is number 25, Cole Deerdorf. So we'll see what Deerdorf can do. So Meyer lasts 2/3 of an inning here for the Phillies. So we'll take a quick break and come back here with more action from Dave Stoltz Field in just a moment. All right, Deerdorf all warmed up and ready to go. And he's going to face Coleman Norris, who is up to bat here for the second time here in the bottom of the first. Deerdorf starts off with ball 1 outside. Bases are loaded for the Dragons. Swings at 1 low in the dirt. Count even at 1-1. Norris had an RBI scoring triple earlier in the inning. Swings at another one low, strike 2. So the 1-2 count here for Norris. Takes ball 2 inside, even at 2-2. Oh, swung at 1 at his eyes for strike 3. And that's going to do it. After 1 inning, the Dragons lead 5-3, scoring 5 runs, batting 11 batters that inning. They did leave the bases loaded, so 3 runners on. And going to the top of the second, and it's going to be, well, let me get to the pronunciation for this one, because this is a name I don't, Kouts, Mason Kouts, and Anthony Norman, and the pitcher Deerdorf for the Mustangs. We're going to take a break. We'll be back here in 60 seconds or so. You're watching Argos TV on RTC4.com. What do you call strike? All right, Kouts is the first batter here for the Mustangs. Takes ball 1. And a swing and a miss. 1-1 is the count. Going up against the right-hander Trey DeVos. Takes ball 2 down low in the dirt. 2-1. Nice play there in left field. For out number 1. That was Sam Rowe with a nice catch on the line drive shot into left. That's going to bring up the first baseman, number 12, Anthony Norman. Norman takes strike 1. Nice pitch there, strike 2. Ball 1 just a little bit low to Norman. 1-2 count now. And he gets the strikeout. So 2 outs for brings up number 9, Hunter Yeager. Yeager walked in the top of the first, went on to score for the Mustangs. Takes strike 1, count goes 2-1 for Yeager. Takes ball 3 high. Three-one pitch to Yeager. Big swing and a miss for strike 2. Full count, payoff pitch here for DeVos. Got 2 out here in the top of the second. And Yeager goes down looking for strike 3. So 3 up and 3 down for the Dragons. And the score remains 5-3 Argos after 1.5 innings. We're going to come back here for bottom of the second action. It's going to be Kindig, DeVos, and Ellis for the Dragons. You're watching Argos Dragons Baseball on Argos TV. We'll be back here in 60 seconds. All right, Kindig. this muted. After 3, the score 6-3. Dragons with the lead. We're going to take a break. We've got top of the third coming up. Garvalia, Carpenter, and Normanson up for the Mustangs. You're watching Argos TV's coverage of Argos Dragons baseball on rtc4.com. All right, strike number 1 to Garvalia here as we start the top of the third. Dragons leading 6-3 after 2 innings. And, fouled it off of his leg for strike 2. That's a double whammy right there. You get a strike and a sore leg out of the deal. So the 0-2 count to the center fielder, Garvalia. DeVos really settled down there in the top of the second inning, 3 up, 3 down. And that one's just a little bit low. Ball 1. Gave up 3 runs in the top of the first to Kouts, but settled in and really did a nice job there in the top of the second. First batter here as we get into the top of the third. And takes ball 2 low. Count even at 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. And the count goes full, 3-2. DeVos had him 0-2, throws 3 straight balls. Now the payoff pitch coming up. And takes ball 4 low. So the first batter of the inning, Garvalia, is on for the Mustangs. That's going to bring up the catcher, number 18, Will Carpenter. Carpenter singled his first time up, had an RBI single, and scored for the Mustangs. And Garvalia is into second, standing up on the steal. So 5 straight balls here by DeVos, trying to find that strike zone again. The 1-0 pitch to Carpenter. Runner's going. And he's going to get to third with no play. And ball 2 for Carpenter. Swing and a miss on that for strike 1. Throw over to third, keeps Carpenter close to the bag. The 2-1 pitch here to Carpenter. Fouls that one off. Count goes even at 2-2. 2-2 count here on Carpenter. We have nobody out in the top of the third. And fouls that one off. So Carpenter stays alive here with no outs in the top of the third. Good play by the third baseman. Gets Carpenter out, but he scores a run. Base running by Garvalia got him over to third. So Carpenter with the RBI. It's going to bring up Normanson. With one out, nobody on. That one is fouled out of play for strike one. Mustangs with their fourth run of the game brings the score to 6-4 now in the bottom or top of the third with one out, nobody on. The left fielder Zach Normanson at the plate. Left-handed batting hitter here for the Mustangs. The 0-1 pitch to Normanson. Takes ball one high. Count goes even at 1-1. There is a shot into right center, and it's going to go between the right fielder and Kindig, and Normanson is on his horse, and he's going to be in third with a stand-up triple. So the triple by Normanson. That ball went right in between Kindig and the right fielder Hunter Vyers and made it all the way to the fence, giving Normanson a stand-up triple, bringing up the right fielder, number 6, Casey Dulick. Dulick struck out his first time up in the top of the first. Takes ball one low. Good stop there by the catcher, Evan Cohagen. Keeps the runner at third for the Mustangs. DeVos makes the throw over to third, keeping Normanson close to the bag. 1-0 pitch to Dulick. And he reaches out and gets strike one. Count goes even at 1-1 for the right fielder Dulick. Normanson on third for the Mustangs. Pitch high, ball two. The 2-1 pitch here by DeVos. And that's a shot into left center. It's going to score one. And Dulick's going to be in first with a single. He's going to get the RBI. And Kouts comes to within one with their fifth run of the game Dragons still with the 1-run lead, 6-5. We are still in the top of the third with only one out. And the runner Dulick on first base. It's going to bring up third baseman Riley Cavender. He walked his first time up in the first. DeVos steps off the rubber. Doesn't make the play over to first. And the ball gets away from the first baseman. And Dulick is going to get into second, standing up. DeVos kind of caught him off guard. He was leaning towards second, and he hesitated on the throw and overthrew the first baseman, Caden Kime, on that play, allowing the runner to advance over to second. If he would have got the good throw right originally when he faked it, I think he had Dulick picked off. So the foul ball on the bunt attempt by Cavender gives him strike one. Dulick on second here for the Mustangs. DeVos steps off the rubber. There he goes. Runner goes, and he's into third, standing up. Cavender takes ball one, so the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike to the third baseman, Riley Cavender. Casey Dulick has moved his way over to third base. Well, I'm not quite sure here what's, was there some lightning maybe in the back? Everybody jumped off the field in a hurry, so I don't know if there was maybe some lightning in the background. There's some dark clouds coming over the horizon there to the west. So they must have saw something facing the opposite direction of us. So we're just going to wait it out here for a second as they discuss it right in front of home plate. See what's going to happen here with this one. We are in the top of the third inning with 1 out, and the Dragons lead 6-5 over the Kouts Mustangs. You're watching Argos Dragons baseball here on Argos TV. Channel 341 and RTC4.com. We'll be back here. We're in a weather delay right now. Alrighty, well, it's not looking so good here at Argos. The clouds are rolling in the western skies, and a little bit of lightning going on. We are currently in a delay. The Dragons leading 6-5 in the top of the third, but we're probably going to end up calling this game. Just kind of waiting the official word here before we shut things down. So just let everybody know where we're at if you're out there watching us, and that's what we're doing. We're just kind of waiting on the official word. Got Mr. Zach Schaefer down here running administration for us this evening, so we'll see what the final call is. But I think the rain that was promised has been heading this way all day long, and I think it is here, and I really doubt that the Kouts Mustangs are going to want to hang around. They're a good hour plus away from home, and doesn't look real good on the radar. So we'll just keep it here for a few more moments till we get the official word on what we're going to do. And it's really raining now. And it's not going to let up for about 3 days, I don't think. All right, you can see the rain is really coming down now, and it doesn't look like it's going to let up for any time soon, so I think we're just going to let it go. I don't think there's any way that this game is going to keep going, so we're going to close it out here. We'll find out down the road what the outcome is. There are only really 2 1/3 innings completed with the score 6-5. Dragons in the lead, so I don't think that's enough to make it official, but appreciate everybody for tuning in here. We gave her a shot. Unfortunately, I think it's going to be a washout here tonight from Dave Stoltz Field. So I'm going to shut her down. Steve Stricker saying good evening here from Argos High School, where the score after 2 1/3 inning, the Dragons leading 6-5 with the rain heading in pretty hard. So we'll catch up with you later. I don't have anything else scheduled for this week. We'll try and get something, see what we've got on the schedule for next week. We'll let you know. You can always check us out on Facebook. You can also look on rtc4.com. Should have some stuff coming in. We got the softball game, the senior night game from the other night with the Dragons taking on the Cavaliers. That should be up and running here shortly as well. So a little bit of new content coming in for us from Argos. So gotta say goodnight here from Argos for tonight, and we'll catch you later.